Okay, so have you heard of Cloudflare before?
I haven't, but I see their VPN service. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the claims they're making and then help me understand how that's even possible?
Yeah, so it's a new VPN service that claims that it won't slow you down. So you use VPN a lot in Canada, and we've talked a lot about it before, but you've even made the comment before as we're doing the podcast, maybe I should turn off the VPN to make sure that Skype goes as fast as possible, right? Because you
Yes.
might notice that it can slow it down. So it's actually trying to speed things up. The service is called 1.1.1.1. And it's going to aim to speed up both your computer speeds and your mobile data speeds. So the way how they're going to do this is they're going to resolve DNS queries faster than your current mobile network does. So if you've heard of OpenDNS before, it kind of does the same thing. So a name server, say you put into your web browser google.com, it
Yes.
has to go look up what numbers are associated with google.com. It could be like 192.3.4. Whatever it
Yep.
is. So it has to go somewhere and figure out what google.com is and then come back, and that slows everything down. And so this name service query is going to be faster. And the cool thing about it is they're bringing it to mobile networks too.
So are they
So
doing it like a whitelist? Is that what it is? If you're going to google.com, they might say, "Oh, google.com's clean. Just open it up and let it throttle and fly." Is that what it is?
I don't
Whitelists
think
of
it has
clean
to
sites?
do, no, I don't think it has to do with good and bad sites. I think it just has to do with being a lot more efficient, figuring out where to go when you tell it what you want.
Mm,
They said, and I quote, "We wanted to build a VPN service that my dad would install on his phone." And so that's Matthew Prince, the CEO of
yeah.
Cloudflare. So if you'll tell him that it'll make this connection more private, which most VPN services do, and secure, he'd never do it. But if you tell him that it makes his connection faster, makes his phone battery last longer, and make his connections more private, then that's something he'll want to install. So think about all those advantages. We all want more battery power. We all want our internet to be faster, and we want it to be more secure. So
Yeah.
Cloudflare is really claiming a lot of bold things here. So mobile phone users can begin signing up for the service, dubbed as Warp, through Cloudflare's mobile app. And the app again is called 1.1.1.1, and that happened last week. So the technology that it uses is called Warp Fast, and that it was actually a protocol invented by Google.
Mm.
And so if you remember back in the day, do you remember connecting to the internet when we were kids and it would always say TCP IP connection?
Yep. Yep.
So that's an old protocol that was made and introduced back in 1981. So that made the internet reliable and connections possible. But when Google worked on QUIC, that's their new version of TCP, it really sped things up. And so Cloudflare uses it and they've called it Warp Fast. And basically, to sum this up, if you're looking for a VPN service that's fast, that you can use on your phone, that really will speed up your connection, try it out. I'm curious, when you're finally done your current VPN, maybe you could look into this and see if this is something that would be faster for you, Matt.
Do they have free trials? Do you know? Have you been checking them out yet?
No, that would be really cool. It'd be really cool to see if they have free trials. And actually, I don't really need a VPN service since I'm in the States. Only for security would I want it. But
Yeah.
now that I'm hearing that it's speeding things up, this is actually something that I'd like to try. And it'd be cool to talk about it on the podcast. So if any
Yeah.
of our users have tried it, please let us know on YouTube or send us a tweet and let us know what you think about Cloudflare, because this is really something that interests me.
Fascinating. I might check it out. And if they have a free trial, that's when I guarantee you everybody who's going to try it is going to be going and checking their speeds
Yes.
as soon as they hook up to it. Because I find that I use NordVPN, and often I find it's pretty fast, and I don't notice a difference. But every now and then, it can really be slow, and so I just disconnect and reconnect, and away I go. But I've streamed all kinds of streaming on it. Netflix, though, most of the time Netflix knows that I'm using it,
Oh,
and and they block it because you can
no,
do
they could tell.
geolocations. Yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
But they do have NordVPN as certain servers that I should try again to see if I can pretend that I'm from Finland or other places. And they claim that their servers are still good to geolocate and pretend that you're from somewhere else so that you can access the content from that country. So I'd like to see that and perhaps try it again. But this warp, I mean, if it speeds things up, and I'd also like to know their pricing structure because a
And if it,
lot of VPNs are fighting for the dollars that are out there.
well, and they're expensive too, right? Like $100 or more a year. Don't you pay that for Nord?
Mine was $100 for 3 years.
Oh, that's pretty good, Matt.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a special and it was $100 for 3 years. And I think most of the big ones will be somewhere around there. So it's like $33 a year. Some of them might be a little more, a little bit less, but then the cheaper ones may not have geolocation options or P2P servers or as many different servers as they have. So I went with one of the bigger ones, which was Nord, and I've been really happy with it. And I use it all the time.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I use it a lot more than when I started out. So when I first started out, it was like, oh, I'll just turn it on if I'm gonna try to stream something or pretend I'm in the United States so I can watch American Netflix. Well, now whenever I do my banking, I use it. I
Good,
turn it
good.
on.
Yeah.
And usually I'll just turn it on and just leave it on. And then I don't worry about it. So then I don't worry about my banking. I don't worry about my emails. And I do a lot of different banking. I don't know about others, but I bet you most of us will look up our credit card statements online as well as our banking
All the
online. And
time.
we've got our air miles and, all the different points that we're collecting. All those things, you're secure if you're using a proper VPN, but not the ones out of China, like the
Not
ones
the
that we reported on
That's right.
last time. It was
We
like,
should call this the VPN podcast now, right? We talk so
hey,
much about it.
they actually sponsor a lot of people. Like if you try to learn about VPNs on YouTube, it's so biased.
Oh,
So biased.
yeah.
I was researching VPNs. There were so many. Oh, you got to try this one. And I got to tell you, Nord was one of the worst ones for watching it. And then just click on my affiliate link down below. And I was like, okay, I know that this one's sponsored by Nord. So I had to try to find unbiased reviews, and that's why I came to the conclusion of purchasing Nord because it fit what I wanted the best. And it's great because it also works on my Android box, my Shield, and I just turn it on. It's so easy for my kids to turn it on, and away they go. So,
Cool.
anyways, there you
Well, we are
go.
not sponsored by Nord.
My
Uh,
unbiased.
this is an unbiased podcast.
And I'm looking forward to trying Cloudflare because if they're as secure as other VPNs and they can speed things up, they may be worth more than the $33 I
Yeah.
pay a year.
No, that's true.